need to take on an impossible project, something that nobody believes can be done, or maybe nobody believes should be done. Here are 8 principles for how to do just that. First, and perhaps most important, you have to commit to your project and to a willingness to persevere through whatever difficulties you encounter. You need to build a plan. Be prepared to follow that plan, but also to abandon parts or all of it in your effort to deliver the final product. And of course, once you're committed to your project, you have to win the commitment of the team that will help you to deliver it. Number 2, control. Invest in creating strong control mechanisms, managerial control mechanisms, and good governance. Think about all of the uncertainties, the assumptions, the risks, the issues, the dependencies, and the constraints that will threaten your project and make it even harder to deliver. Resolve some of those uncertainties, verify some of the assumptions, put in place contingency around your budget, your schedule, your resourcing, so that you can handle some of the unknowns in your project. Critically, your impossible project is not just going to be considered impossible because it's hard to come up with a plan, but because we know there are lots of things that can go wrong. So you must absolutely prioritize risk management and the building of good contingency plans. Number 3, decision. Work with your stakeholders to build a robust business case that demonstrates the value of delivering this project. If there are people who think you should not be working on this project, then you have to provide good, solid evidence to undermine their arguments and to demonstrate that there is a positive value to the project, and of course, that it is possible to deliver it with confidence. Once you have that business case, you need to work with your decision makers to ensure that they make an accountable decision to support your project. Number 4, scope. Be absolutely ruthless in casting out any component of your project which is not absolutely necessary. It's an impossible project. It's hard enough as it is without any form of scope bloat. And once you've established a sensible minimum scope, you need to be ruthless in the way you operate a change control process. Make sure that any changes that come along are subjected to rigorous evaluation and only approved where they add substantial value or can be shown to be absolutely necessary. Now, plan your delivery one step at a time, addressing priority scope items as early as possible. Use the early steps in your plan to establish credibility, to generate value early on, to build capabilities and infrastructure that will be essential for later stages of your project, and of course, to learn. Number 5, rate of progress. Use the idea of pilots and prototypes and test modules as a way of learning and demonstrating capacity. These allow you to make mistakes in a safe way and demonstrate to your stakeholders that you know what you're doing and that you're learning as you go. They build confidence both in your stakeholders and in the project team. Also, use a stage gate process, not just to slow your project down, but to inject proper scrutiny on the work you're doing on your impossible project. With all the risks that you have in place, it's absolutely vital that outsiders are able to check what you're doing and give an objective assessment of the potential pitfalls and the mistakes that you might be about to make. And finally, use the idea of buffer zones in your project to strengthen the reliability of your plan. Buffer zones allow you to overrun on pieces of work without affecting the overall plan. They're periods in your schedule where if work overruns, you've got the time to finish that work before the next sequence of activities needs to start. As a result, delays in some streams of work will not contaminate later streams of work and cause them to be delayed. This provides schedule confidence for your impossible project. Number 6, stakeholders. Work with your stakeholders. Learn from them. Respect their points of view. They know stuff that is valuable and can protect you from making serious mistakes on an impossible project. Engage with them in a positive way and win over their support. But in doing so, always be in control of the messages you put out to your stakeholder groups. But be respectful. Never put out messages that try to control your stakeholders. Number 7, team. Build a winning team of people with great experience and a positive belief in their ability to deliver the project. Get them working together and encourage lively debate among them. Easy consensus is a quick way to making silly mistakes. Take the time to argue out the issues, but where you do have team conflict, focus it on the ideas and the issues and not the people and the personalities. Once again, your impossible project is going to be hard enough without internal team conflicts. So, let them argue out the issues with passion, but then bring them together to agree on implementation and delivery. Arrange your skilled expertise into work groups with effective team leaders. Spend your time coordinating these work groups and motivating and inspiring the team as a whole. Be a servant leader to your teams. Number 8, brilliance. Make your project brilliant. Spell out a compelling vision of what you can achieve together and treat your team like royalty. Celebrate successes and bring the team together to learn from those successes, but also from failings. Make sure that every day your team gets just a little bit better. Always be smiling, confident, optimistic, and resilient. Stay focused on the outcome, and where there are setbacks, don't be daunted. Roll your sleeves up, get your team together, and work the problem. Be collaborative and generous and supportive of both your teams and your stakeholders. Give your people the opportunity to succeed and to shine and to grow and develop as professionals and as people. Be courageous in how you handle difficult situations. Show your passion for your project, and above all, be led by your values in all of your decision making and demonstrate 100% integrity at all times. Please do give this video a like if you've enjoyed it or learned from it. I'll be creating loads more great project management videos for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of them. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.